In the second half of 2018, travelers visited Nunavut 134,000 times and spent $436 million. Two-thirds of those visits were by Nunavut, residents of Nunavut, traveling within the territory. The remaining came from outside other provinces or territories in Canada, or from abroad and spent $219 million. Travelers from Ontario make up the largest portion of visitors from outside the territory. The majority of visitors from outside of Nunavut are business travelers. In the second half of 2018, only 14% of visitors were in the territory for leisure. 79. Tourism recreation in Nunavut include activities like dog sledding, snowmobiling, cultural festivals, hiking, Arctic wildlife safaris and sea kayaking. 80. Culture. Media. The former Regional Network Center for CBC North in Iqaluit, the Inuit Broadcasting Corporation, is based in Nunavut. The Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, CBC, serves Nunavut through a radio and television production center in Iqaluit, and a bureau in Rankin Inlet. Iqaluit is served by private commercial radio stations Kik FM and CKGC FM, both owned by Northern Lights Entertainment Incorporated. Kik FM had a rebroadcaster in Rankin Inlet that was discontinued in 2009. Periodicals. Nunavut is served by two regional weekly newspapers, Nunatsic News published by Nortext, and Nunavut News/North, published by Northern News Services, who also publish the multi-territory regional Kivalliq News. 81. Film. The film production company Isomer is based in Iqaluit. Co-founded by Zacharias Kunuk and Norman Conn in 1990, the company produced the 1999 feature Itanawat, The Fast Runner, winner of the Camera d'Or for Best First Feature Film at the 2001 Cannes Film Festival. It was the first feature film written, directed, and acted entirely in Inuktitut. In November 2006, the National Film Board of Canada, NFB, and the Inuit Broadcasting Corporation announced the start of the Nunavut Animation Lab, offering animation training to Nunavut artists at workshops in Iqaluit, Cape Dorset and Pangnirtu. 82. Films from the Nunavut Animation Lab include Alethea Enakak Barrel's 2010 digital animation short Lumajuak, winner of the Best Aboriginal Award at the Golden Sheaf Awards and named Best Canadian Short Drama at the Imagine NATIVE Film and Media Arts Festival. 83. In November 2011, the Government of Nunavut and the NFB jointly announced the launch of a DVD and online collection entitled Unikosivut, Inuktitut, Sharing Our Stories, which will make over 100 NFB films by and about Inuit available in Inuktitut, Inuinnaqtun and other Inuit languages, as well as English and French. The Government of Nunavut is distributing Unikosivut to every school in the territory. 84. 85. Music. An Inuit drum dancer performing at Johaven. The music of Nunavut includes Inuit throat singing and drum-led dancing, along with country music, bluegrass, fiddling, square dancing and the button accordion from Austria. Performing arts. Art Cirque is a collective of Inuit circus performers based in Iqaluit. 86. The group has performed around the world, including at the 2010 Olympic Winter Games in Vancouver, British Columbia. Sport. Nunavut competes at the Arctic Winter Games. Iqaluit co-hosted the 2002 edition in partnership with Nuyuk, Greenland. Hockey. Nunavut was founded in 1999 and competes in the Maritime Hockey North Junior C Championship. Government and politics. Nunavut has a commissioner appointed by the Federal Minister of Indigenous and Northern Affairs. As in the other territories, the commissioner's role is symbolic and is analogous to that of a lieutenant governor. 87. While the commissioner is not formally a representative of the Canadian monarch, a role roughly analogous to representing the Crown has accrued to the position. Nunavut elects a single member of the House of Commons of Canada. This makes Nunavut the second largest electoral district in the world by area after Greenland. The current MP is Laurie Idlout of the New Democratic Party. The legislative building of Nunavut in Iqaluit. The building is home to the territory's Legislative Assembly. The members of the unicameral Legislative Assembly of Nunavut are elected individually. There are no parties and the legislature is consensus-based. 88. The head of government, the Premier of Nunavut, is elected by, and from the members of the Legislative Assembly. On the 14th of June, 2018, Joe Savakatak was elected as the Premier of Nunavut, after his predecessor Paul Corsa lost a non-confidence motion. 89. 90. Former Premier Paul Okalik set up an advisory council of 11 elders, whose function it is to help incorporate Inuit Kaljimajitukangit, Inuit culture and traditional knowledge often referred to in English as IQ, into the territory's political and governmental decisions. 91. Due to the territory's small population, and the fact that there are only a few hundred voters in each electoral district, the possibility of two election candidates finishing in an exact tie is significantly higher than in any Canadian province. This has actually happened twice in the 5 elections to date, with exact ties in Iqaluit in the 2008 Nunavut general election and in Rankin Inlet South in the 2013 Nunavut general election. In such an event, Nunavut's practice is to schedule a follow-up by-election rather than choosing the winning candidate by an arbitrary method. The territory has also had numerous instances where MLAs were directly acclaimed to office as the only person to register their candidacy by the deadline, as well as one instance where a follow-up by-election had to be held due to no candidates registering for the regular election in their district at all. Owing to Nunavut's vast size, the stated goal of the territorial government has been to decentralize governance beyond their region's capital. 3 regions Kishikmiut, Kaivalik and Chikiktaluk/Baffin are the basis for more localized administration although they lack autonomous governments of their own. The territory has an annual budget of 700 million Canadian dollars, provided almost entirely by the federal government. Former Prime Minister Paul Martin designated support for Northern Canada as one of his priorities in 2004. With an extra $500 million to be divided among the 3 territories. The Natinak Centre in Pond Inlet includes a branch of the Nunavut Public Library Services. In 2001, the government of New Brunswick collaborated with the federal government and the technology firm SSI Micro to launch Chinook, a unique network that uses satellite delivery to provide broadband internet access to 24 communities in Nunavut. As a result, the territory was named one of the world's Smart 25 communities in 2006 by the Intelligent Community Forum, a worldwide organization that honors innovation in broadband technologies. The Nunavut Public Library Services, the public library system serving the territory, also provides various information services to the territory. In September 2012, Premier Ulrich welcomed Prince Edward and Sophie, Countess of Wessex, to Nunavut as part of the events marking the Diamond Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II, Queen of Canada. 92. Administrative regions. Nunavut is divided into 3 administrative regions: the Kishikmiut region, the Kaivalik region, and the Chikiktaluk region. License plates. The first design for Nunavut's license plate was originally created for the Northwest Territories in the 1970s. The plate has long been famous worldwide for its unique design in the shape of a polar bear. Nunavut was licensed by the NWT to use the same license plate design in 1999 when it became a separate territory. 93. Butte adopted its own plate design in March 2012 for launch in August 2012. The rectangle that prominently features the northern lights, a polar bear and an Inuksuk dot. 93, 94. Administrative regions of Nunavut symbols. The flag and the coat of arms of Nunavut were designed by Andrew Kapik from Pangnirtung. 95. Territorial dispute. A long-simmering dispute between Canada and the U.S. involves the issue of Canadian sovereignty over the Northwest Passage. 96. Alcohol. Due to prohibition laws influenced by local and traditional beliefs, Nunavut has a highly regulated alcohol market. The territory is the last outpost of prohibition in Canada, and it is often easier to obtain firearms than alcohol. 97. Although every community in Nunavut has slightly differing regulations, as a whole it is still very restrictive. 7 communities shave complete bans against alcohol and another 14 have orders being restricted by local committees. Due to these laws, a lucrative bootlegging market has appeared in which people mark up the prices of bottles by extraordinary amounts. 98. The RCMP estimate Nunavut's bootleg liquor market rakes in some $10 million a year. 97. Despite the restrictions, alcohol's availability leads to widespread alcohol-related crime. One estimation states some 95% of police calls are alcohol-related. 99. Alcohol is also believed to be a contributing factor to the territory's high rates of violence, suicide and homicide. A special task force created in 2010 to study and address the territory's increasing alcohol-related problems recommended the government ease alcohol restrictions. With prohibition shown to be highly ineffective historically, some believe these laws contribute to the territory's widespread social ills. Others are skeptical about the effectiveness of liquor sale liberalization and want to ban it completely. In 2014, Nunavut's government moved toward more legalization. In 2017, the first liquor store in 38 years opened in Iqaluit. 97. Notable people. Susanna Glukark is an Inuk singer and songwriter. She has released 6 albums and has won several Juno Awards. She blends the Inuktitut and English languages with contemporary pop music arrangements to tell the stories of her people, the Inuit of the Arctic. On the 3rd of May, 2008, the Kronos Quartet premiered a collaborative piece with Inuit throat singer Tanya Tagaq, entitled Nunavut, based on an Inuit folk story. Tagaq is also known internationally for her collaborations with Icelandic pop star Björk, and her 2018 novel Split Tooth, which was longlisted for the Scotiabank Giller Prize. Jordan John Kudluk Tutu, Inuktitut Syllabics. Born the 2nd of February 1983, in Churchill, Manitoba, Canada, was a professional ice hockey player with the Chicago Blackhawks of the National Hockey League, NHL. Although born in Manitoba, Tutu grew up in Rankin Inlet, where he was taught to skate and play hockey by his father, Barney. Hunter Tutu, Member of Parliament for the territory of Nunavut, was elected to the Liberal government in 2015. He served as Minister of Fisheries, Oceans, and the Canadian Coast Guard until his resignation from the post on the 31st of May, 2016. See also: Archaeology in Nunavut. List of communities in Nunavut. Symbols of Nunavut. Nunatsivat. Nunavik. Footnotes. 1 Northwest Territories is written at the bottom of the sign, as it predates the creation of Nunavut.
Yes, The camcorder's out of power. Let's scroll to the end of the documents. But I think I did download this yesterday. I think that's one they update like every day or many times every week. 25 June. No, in this Nunavut they have no road connections to the other Canada, I think. I'm not sure, but I think they have no roads at all. So, but I'll finish reading this. Next is the capital there.
Nunavut.
The capital, but that's no road connection like Yellowknife. You cannot have a car and drive a little bit around, so that's too far away north for me. And they have all these rules about alcohol. Probably you cannot sit on the street in the summer and drink few beers. They don't like that like in the United States, and I would not like to be a place like that. You cannot sit at the lake on a bench, and some in Denmark you can buy some cold beers and sit on a bench outside on the city square and drink few beers. That's Toronto. No, there was mentioned two most north cities. The Alert, Nunavut, Baffin Islands, of course we can read about that. There's alerts, most north Eureka. But let's stop, already have too much. Baffin Islands. We could read about that after this alert. That's the most north city in the world. It have a lot of text, so we can read it. Nunavut and Eureka Nunavut. We can do that, and I have to pay this flight radar. I have to update, but not now. So that was Nunavut. There, we just added down there, but then I like to go back. I like to go back to North United States, all this Old West. We need Alaska Highway and Klondike Highway, probably Alaska there. Then we go back to all these trails in the Old West and all these Indian wars and stuff. And we got more of that mining, the gold rush, gold, silver mining, old railroads, North America, all kind of railroads there. Probably that would take my whole summer to do this. So, and actually we have the news in the Danish television. And I make a video every day about this war in Ukraine, and then it's day 127, I think. It's 127 days ago Russia did attack Ukraine, but this is Nunavut. I need a better world map. It's all the way up here. Nunavut. I don't know where this capital is. Iqaluit, that's maybe there. Iqaluit, but the video splits in 30 seconds. I know where we can. Iqaluit, I think it's there, yes. Yes, that's there. Iqaluit there. But the video splits. Yes, I will charge the camcorder, watch the Danish news, then I will upload this, continue.